athletes to brand you to Doritos or motor oil.
Absolutely.
And that's where the challenging now people go, wow. I said, no, actually, because the folks who see it kind of are the ones who are trying to sell you, chips and dips and all that. And they are actually the ones who are doing some of the most interesting kind of studies and research. Right, because they want to make you bond to Doritos.
I love Doritos.
See?
Now Heather's not allowed to have Doritos.
The second part of that question had to do with cost.
Yes.
And the answer to that is it depends. There's now new channels to pay for advertising, like through things like Facebook ads or LinkedIn ads. Twitter has a brand page now. Google Plus has a brand page and all of that. There's ways to do it that are cheaper. You can do cost per click and things like that. And those things are easily, findable on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and those things of actually how much it costs. It can be very inexpensive.
Wow.
Tell us how Warren Sapp came to be involved and about the event that's coming up on the 22nd.
Just a great job with Twitter. And having met the guy now and getting to know him a little bit, you can really see that Warren understands that two-way conversation that I'm talking about.
Okay.
He really makes a big effort of engaging with his fans. He sends out probably 80 tweets a day, he said. It's hard to believe
80 tweets a day.
A guy that busy.
Wow.
I know. Tweeting once a month or something.
I mean, he lives in Miami. He flies to LA every week during the football season to do, the NFL Network gig that he has. He's got, working on a book and he's doing a bunch of stuff. And he still takes the time because he realizes the importance of engaging directly with his fans. He doesn't have another third-party company tweeting for him like a lot of entertainers will.
Wow.
He does it himself.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's interesting. The people some of the gurus of this in the tech world talk about having anywhere from 150 to 200 conversations ongoing per day.
Yes.
So and using that to generate. But can you imagine that?
Hammer, because Hammer won last year Gravity Summit, and he was talking about
MC Hammer.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was talking about blogging,
but
microblogging, and his history went back to MySpace.
Oh, yeah.
So he was referencing multiple conversations all day
Exactly.
long. Yeah.
Exactly. And it does go back to even previous to MySpace. In fact, even with his dwindling numbers, we had, Vic, how many did we have MySpace friends, cumulative one?
Cumulative, we had 500,000.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember we had certain numbers per channel.
Right.
And we had 30-some channels.
So it was a cumulative.
Yeah. So, but that's the point. The point is that it's not a new phenomenon. It's actually a phenomenon that's evolving. And Mark Francis and Vince Cortese and friends are really, this represents probably like you said, one of the hottest industry, events.
It's one of the highest in terms of a profession. One of the most rapidly growing, job growth industries right now is for social media consultants and things like that. There's a lot of people out there, telling people that they're experts. That would be one thing to be careful of. To do your homework and make sure.
Well, I think what's interesting on that is and this was what Bev was saying, the teachers, the dean of the department, and this is unprecedented, is learning the exact same time the student is. So it's in real time, and this whole issue of real time really hasn't sunken in yet.
Right.
And when it's like your ability to know when you plug in online what you're tapping into is mind blowing. And I mean, you guys are online every morning, and the reality of watching it grow and knowing seeing the numbers change, it's consistency. So
well, that's what's so wonderful. Happens. Exactly, Vince. I'm with you, and that's part of the whole. We've watched it happen. There's still really just a few, like Mark was saying. There are a lot of people who call themselves experts who are not experts, because you have to deal with the people who've done it hands-on. Even though we think overall our numbers certainly could be higher, Vic and I have personally uploaded over 6,000 video clips. We've been going here 3 days a week for almost 3 years. Before that, we did weekly for almost 3 years. You need to have people who've been in it. We were on YouTube in 2005. We're amongst the first in the YouTube Partner Program. But even still, the game is a game-changing experience. Mm-hmm. There's just a few people out there who really are doing it, and this represents the pinnacle.
Yes,
the pinnacle of the folks who are doing it in major. And to watch, again, sports, we're trying to do it with the indie artists, the legacy artists, and to bring, today's what the working class musician and keep their hand in it. But it's wonderful to see that it is occurring like this, and to see someone like Warren Sapp be as a sports
champion,
figure, to be and then you know what, I want to go see how his tweets are written.
Well, you know what's interesting about Warren? He's so engaged.
He's probably funny. I bet he's funny.
He's got a great personality.
Yeah,
he's fun to listen to.
See, that's the thing.
The ones that I really appreciate from a work standpoint, because they demonstrate that they put in the work, are people like a couple of musicians that Vince and I know, John West and Amy May. Both started playing down on the Promenade and have really gotten into the whole social media thing. John's been signed now, and Amy's really got her stuff together
right now.
Yeah, and
wonderful.
Amy was recently featured on One Tree Hill, and it's all because of they're findable.
Yeah,
wonderful.
They're engaging.
Yeah, John's from New Orleans, and then over to the Promenade, and that's where we picked up on him. And then he jumped from the Promenade to hitting shows, and then headlining. And then now he's got his own thing. He's doing a track with Rihanna right now as well.
Oh, wow.
These are the kind of success stories that are becoming more and more common. And it is wonderful. I got to acknowledge the chat room. You guys got people, again, logging in from all over the world. Got to acknowledge G&M Bureau
we got
Chief.
superheroes here this
They got
week.
superheroes. Not the
Get
cartoons
already!
Yeah, you got Pittsburgh in the house, PMC. You got Norman Ross from Cleveland.
Pittsburgh in the house. That's Joel. That's Joel.
Oh, man.
So we have Norman Ross from Cleveland?
Yes, Norman Ross. A bunch of the regulars, but they're in there. They're chatting. They're talking about the show.
We should be texting these people.
Well, I need to now follow.
God, that's
By the way,
Twitter.
I can't even believe I forgot this. If you want to follow some Twitter handles, QBKilla, QBKILLA is Warren Sapp's.
That's it, Killer.
Yeah, mine is at Mark Francis 23.
Okay.
And,
Heather.
Mine is the Heather Clay.
Yeah. Gravity Summit. Gravity Summit. If you want to find out all the information on that, it's at GravSum, GravSum.
Well, let's go take a look at that website, you guys. The Gravity Summit website.
Yes, sir.
Let's go take a look. Let's see what. Nice. Take a look, everybody.
See if you can register online.
You can register right there. It's a great website. It's actually just been updated. If you scroll down, you can get the interviews with Warren. There he is, right there.
There he is.
And Janina, obviously, a very beautiful lady and well known. And she does a great job of engaging with her fans, and that's why she's being recognized.
Wow. Nice. That's February 22nd,
Yes.
2012.
Yeah. There's still a few tables open to attend for attendees and that type of thing. Lots of great people coming, and it's going to be an absolutely great event.
It's an all-day event.
All day.
Vince,
and a party at night.
Yes.
Vince was telling me about
Excited for that part.
how unique an opportunity it was to even be participating. I know you guys, there's some plans that are in development in terms of ways to, but there's some ideas without, holding you to anything specific, Vince. I understand you got some stuff that's going to be going on during the summit in the green room, and possibly even potentially some live streams or something might be coming up.
We're looking into it. The issue is
There you go.
the comic strip book character over here is getting impatient.
I don't blame
I think
her.
at this point she should do some stretching exercises for us. But no, in the green room, what we're actually going to have here is some of the participants last year we're expecting to come again with Sheer Lazar. She's the official host of the event. So
Okay.
her CBS online streaming will definitely be there.
Okay.
Last year we had Access Hollywood. We're expecting them to come again.
Okay.
Now we're a month out, so some of these don't want to give us confirmation, but
Sure.
they've given us verbal.
Sure.
So we're looking at ETV,
Wow.
Entertainment Tonight, and then we got to get Fox or NBC to show up.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if it's a lock with Warren having his own show on the NFL Network. There's probably a good chance that they would come too.
Right.
But that would be through a different source of media.
Excellent.
So we need to tweet Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get on QB Killer. Tell Warren.
QB Killer.
Tell QB Killer to bring it on.
See you there.
See you and your boys with the cameras at our place.
Yeah, exactly.
February deuce.
You know what? You're nuts.
Now,
Lost my mind. I told you there's too much estrogen to my left. I'm just an Italian guy. What do you want
Heather
from me?
needs to tweet him.
I gotta bring Brandy
Between you and
Flores
Heather.
in. I gotta
Between you
bring
and
everybody, this wonderful young lady who's been here to my right for the most of the morning here. So, Brandy, come on, tell us about your involvement with this event.
Okay, so I'm actually here because I'm watching out for my girl Heather. I'm Heather's
She's a
manager.
hype girl. Yes.
And,
That's why you're the mama.
Yeah, exactly. I'm Mama B. So I finally moved into management, and I'm trying to work with Heather, and we're getting her somewhere. And she's working on something we call HC Comics. She loves to do comic characters and create her own.
Now, I got a bunch of friends. And tell us a little bit about the HC Comics thing real quick.
HC Comics, so that's something we're working on right now. So she's got like 3 characters in development right now.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're going to get that up hopefully in the next month, now that we've got the hookups with all these awesome social media guys here today.
We're gonna be tweeting.
Yes. And she's going to start tweeting a little bit more now that she knows it's how important
Yes.
it is, right?
She's learning. She's a piece of clay
I'm
and
gonna
work.
Yeah.
eat right now.
She's learning.
Wait, do you?
Your outfit's a little tight.
Well, okay, now we can breathe.
This is a wonderful thing, this Gravity Summit here. Again, 4th annual.
Yeah.
This is not their first rodeo. And really bringing, I can't wait to see what Warren Sapp has to say. He has an interview up here. For those of you, I'll get a chance to watch it later on too. But he has a wonderful interview that's up here and talking about just what he's doing. And so this is really excellent, excellent, excellent.
Now, it's something else here that we have to remind people. A lot of people don't realize that Heather Clay, this is the part I like. See, she actually is involved right now in photo-opping and tweeting at the same time.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it because...
This is what it's all about.
No. Let me say this. I actually love this because let me just say this, and for a reason. Most of our young guests that come on the show, they're tweeting constantly before, during, and after. You don't have to talk to them. That's their mode. So to see it happening to me lets me know that we're in the community of folks. So to me, it's not you waiting for the perfect time. You're supposed to engage it right then and there. The action that you're doing, the simple one. But let me also say this, Mario. Did you not get confused by Heather Clay returning, not knowing that Heather Clay was on our show before? You got fooled by her hair.
Exactly.
Okay.
Change in look, but she was sculpted then, of course.
The same as now.
Yeah,
Right.
She's
same
wrong,
as
right?
now.
She reminds me of me.
Always.
I thought you said you were from Columbus, not Canada.
Yeah.
Now we did cover Heather, didn't we? There is pole dancing. Was there something that?
Because that's what we did before. What?
That was
This is a
me.
family
That was-
show.
That was the last.
That was the last. There you go.
Yeah.
See?
Isn't this a family show?
We had Faith Daniels in the pole dancing.
No, that was the Heather's type of pole
Right.
dancing is not
Right.
the
It's not.
stripper
Pole
type.
vaulting.
It's
No,
right.
it's not.
It's
It's athletic.
It's athletic,
Pole
extremely
vaulting.
athletic.
Right.
And that's why people are touting it even for housewives now.
Right. We came on the
to
show.
do for
We did
exercise.
have a
I think
separation.
it's a great way to work out.
Thank you.
Honestly.
That's what
Yes.
we're talking about.
I agree.
Help those mamas get their mojo back after they had babies.
Mojo Mama.
And we need to get out and dance. And at that point, we're not really
Yeah.
ready and
Yeah.
stuff. So, but it's a
So we
great
got a
workout.
couple of mamas in the house.